It's good to have you again on my channel, Fix English with Topsy. My name is Temitope Olayode. In this English lesson, I will be teaching you the structure of a sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence is typically a combination of words consisting of a subject and a predicate, where a predicate consists of a verb and optionally any other element of a sentence. The elements of a sentence determine how a sentence is structured. The knowledge of this structure makes us understand the order and makes us proficient. What are these elements of a sentence? They include the subject, the verb, the object, the complement, and the adjunct. It is represented by the acronym SVOCA, where S is the subject, V is the verb, O is the object, C the complement, and A is the adjunct. Now let's begin with the S, subject of the sentence. The subject of the sentence is simply the performer of the action of the sentence. Here the question is asked, who does what? It is usually found at the beginning of a sentence. It can be a noun, a pronoun, a noun phrase, or even a noun clause. Let's see examples of such situation. First, used as a noun. God loves a cheerful giver. God loves a cheerful giver. What is the subject in this sentence? God. And it is coming in the form of a noun. Okay? Another example as a noun phrase. The young lions suffer hunger. What is the subject in this sentence? The young lions. That is the subject coming in the form of a noun phrase. Now let's see example coming in the form of a pronoun. He cried throughout the night. He cried throughout the night. What is the pronoun used as the subject there? He. Now the last example. A subject used as a noun clause. What he did to me got me crazy. What he did to me got me crazy. So the subject of this sentence is what he did to me, because that is a noun clause in that expression. So you see that the subject of the sentence can appear in the form of a noun, a pronoun, a noun phrase, or a noun clause. Now let's move to the next element of the sentence, which is the verb. The verb is said to be the most important element of every sentence. Without a verb, there is no sentence. So the verb can be in the form of an action, or it can express a state of being. So let's see some examples. Jesus wept. Wept here is an action carried out sometime in the past. So it is an action and not expressing state of being in this case. So, and it is coming just as one word. So we can have it as a group as well. For instance, the baby has been sleeping since dusk. The baby has been sleeping since dusk. Now, what is the verb in this sentence? Has been sleeping. It is a group. We cannot isolate anyone out of this group, so it is regarded as a verb phrase. Now let's look at the situation where a verb expresses a state of being. The patients are in serious pain. What is the verb in this sentence? Are. So we see that the verb here does not express an action, but a state of being. The state of the patient in the hospital is in serious pain. So we see that comes in the form of a linking verb. Now the next element of a sentence is the object. What is the object of a sentence? When we say an object, we mean the sufferer or the receiver of the action. It could be in form of a noun, a pronoun, a noun phrase, or a noun clause as well. Okay, so let's see this example. Peter denied Jesus. Now, we see that the subject of this sentence is Peter. The verb here is denied, while Jesus is the object, the sufferer of the action. So Jesus here is the noun in the sentence, which is the object as well. Now, let's look at another situation where it can come in form of a noun phrase. The students confronted the teacher. The subject of this sentence is the students. Then the verb here is confronted. Then the teacher is the object of the sentence. That is the sufferer of the action confronted. And that comes in the form of a noun phrase. So let's see another situation. We can have the invigilator asked him what he was hiding. The invigilator asked him what he was hiding. Now, what do we have here? The invigilator is the subject of the sentence. Asked is the verb in this sentence, while him and what he was hiding are two different objects. So whenever we have two different objects in a sentence, we regard one as direct and then the other as indirect. So the direct object in this sentence is what he was hiding, while him is the indirect object. So we have two objects. So one is a pronoun, the other is a noun plus. Is that taken to the next element of the sentence, which is the complement. The complement of a sentence actually is the same as the subject or the object of a sentence. So we say that the complement establishes a relationship with the subject. It is the same as the subject or the object in the sentence. It is mostly used after a linking verb. Please watch my video on linking verbs. See some examples of identifying complements in a sentence. Now, Mrs. Agbo is a phonics teacher. Mrs. Agbo is the subject in the sentence. Is the verb. A phonics teacher is complimenting Mrs. Agbo. So a phonics teacher is the subject complement in this sentence. So because it gives more information about Mrs. Agbo, or we could say it is the same person as Mrs. Agbo. Another example here is my children are resilient. My children are resilient. What is the complement of this sentence? Resilience, coming in the form of an adjective. So it is the same as my children. So that is subject complement. So these two examples given are regarded as subject complement. Let's see these other two situations where we can have object complements. We have the class called their captain a liar. The class called their captain a liar. The class here is the subject of the sentence. Called is the verb. Their captain is the object. And then a liar is the complement of the object. So because their captain is the same person as a liar, their captain is regarded as a liar. So coming immediately after the object in the sentence is the complement. Of course, we should understand that the complement gives more information about the object. Do not misconstrue complement of a sentence with an adjectival phrase or clause. And the last example under this category, we have the white man finds some African traditions quite barbaric. The white man finds some African traditions quite barbaric. The white man is the subject of this sentence. Finds is the verb. Some African traditions is the object, while quite barbaric complements the object of that sentence. In other words, we are saying that quite barbaric explains some African traditions. All right, let's move on to the last element of the sentence, which is the adjunct. What is an adjunct? If you have a background knowledge of what an adverb is, you will definitely understand what an adjunct looks like in a sentence. It is the element that gives more information about the verb in a sentence. Adjuncts are easily identified by their indicators such as time, place, manner, frequency, reason, purpose, and so on. Adjuncts can be structured as a word, a phrase, or a clause. Let's consider these examples. The boy prostrated to greet his mom respectfully. You can spot the adjunct in that sentence. Respectfully. How did the boy prostrate to greet his mom? Respectfully. So that is an example of an adjunct of manner. Another situation where we can have an an adjunct appearing in form of a phrase this time. The baby cries every night. How many times does the baby cry? Every night. So that is an adjunct of frequency. Before noon, he arrived here. Before noon, he arrived here. Now, what is the adjunct you can spot? Before noon. Of course, that indicates time, and that comes in the form of a phrase. Another example is, the whole students focused as soon as the teacher started teaching. The whole students focused as soon as the teacher started teaching. Now, you should spot the adjunct here, coming in the form of a clause. As soon as the teacher started teaching, that tells you the time. The whole students focused. When? As soon as the teacher started teaching. That is a clause, and it is an adjunct as well. Of course, it can as well be regarded as an adverbial clause of time. Okay? Note that an adjunct is mobile and can appear in multiples in a sentence. Please, I want you to watch my video on adjuncts. That explains it better. We have come to the end of this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions for me, please drop it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video.